This morning, we are back to playing one of our favorite games here at Your Morning. Where in the world is travel journalist Loren Christie? Well, here's a visual hint for you. It's a cooler climate destination, clearly picturesque, and it's part of a hot new emerging travel trend that we're calling cold-cationing. If you guessed Norway, you were right. Bergen, Norway, to be exact. And let's bring in Loren. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Anne-Marie.
Oh, what a beautiful shot where you're standing. Tell us more about Bergen.
Well, Bergen is a UNESCO World Heritage and Gastronomic City. It's located in the fjord lands of southern Norway. Behind me, you're seeing Bryggen, which are warehouses that date from 1702. So it's a fascinating historic city. And it's also where I just got off a 6-day cruise with the Hurtigruten cruise down the Norwegian coast from Kirkenes. Now, Kirkenes is located at about the same latitude as Tuktoyaktuk in Canada. So just to put that in context.
Wow.
So I have definitely been cool-cationing over the last week.
You look very like old money world travel in these shots. I love it so much. Let's talk cool-cationing, Loren. What is this trend about?
Well, Booking.com, Condé Nast, and a bunch of other heavy hitters in the industry said at the end of 23 that 2024 was going to be about cool-cationing. So what that essentially meant is that after a couple years of record-breaking, sweltering summers in literal travel hotspots like Italy, Greece, southern France, people were looking to go to more cooler climes. And so that's part of it. But I also think another big part of it is the fact that people are wanting to go to hotspots, don't want to go to hotspots that are so overcrowded. You know, since the end of the pandemic and the return of travel, I think it's been, people are being more conscious about the negative impact of over-tourism. And I think they're being really clear about wanting to support destinations and tour operators that are sustainable. So this Hurtigruten cruise that I just went on to, just to give you an example, you know, they are a fleet of boats that are largely battery-powered, hybrid battery-powered. They source their food 80% locally from Norway. And what's even cooler is that they're small ships that aren't actually cruise ships. They function that way, but their larger function is to deliver the mail, deliver the cargo, and acts as connector for over 100,000 Norwegians between these 34 communities that without the ship would be largely isolated. So I think what you're seeing is a movement in people to do cool-cations, but to be making more socially conscious, impact-driven decisions when they travel.
Speaking of travel, that was a really nice-looking yacht that just pulled in behind you while you were talking, Loren. What about this trend in Canada? Has it had an impact on our travel numbers here?
I think it will. We haven't seen the actual data yet, but you're seeing indicators. So, for example, the Conference Board of Canada has predicted that you're seeing over the next 3 years, Newfoundland and Labrador travel numbers are going to go up. Even this year, the Port of Vancouver is saying they're going to have a record-breaking 1.2 million cruise ship visitors on their way to Alaska. Which is a record-breaking by 16% since 2019. So I think there is a shift in the way that people are traveling.
Why should people consider getting on board with a trend like this? What do you like about it?
Well, I like a few things. You know, I think if you're looking at fewer crowds, what you're looking at is fewer crowds means a little bit more opportunity to interact with locals and have a more authentic experience. If you're looking at fewer crowds, you're hopefully looking at less demand and therefore more availability and hopefully better value on things like hotel rooms. And like I said before, I think fewer crowds means less impact. And, you know, I think we really have to be conscious as travelers about how, when we go visit a place, what we're leaving behind. And I think we're getting there. And so I think it's really important. And I'm not saying never go to some of these hotspots. Listen, we all have these things on our bucket list, but maybe consider going in the off season, during shoulder season or something like that, just to lessen your impact a bit.
Just before I say goodbye, what are you off to do today?
I am going to go up to Funicular here and have a beautiful view overlooking Bergen City as soon as we're done here.
That sounds fantastic. I'm going to let you go do that. Thanks, Loren.
Thanks. Take care.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.